I'm Helen McNeil, and I volunteer here at First Christian Church.
And I'm Rebecca Rogers, and I work with Helen. Together, we're on the board. Throughout this pandemic, we've been thinking about ways to grow church. And early on, we were able to do some outreach and move our church onto a Zoom service. And it was very exciting, and we were all very invested and really enjoyed it. But now what? Now that we're back in church and we have a hybrid service, what comes next? Maybe there's even more people who would like to be a part of our church community. Trying to figure out what an online church might look like has been hard for some of us. It's been a challenge to figure it out, knowing that there are lots of people who would like to be part of our church community, but might not necessarily be within Anchorage or might not necessarily be in town at any given time. And what can we do to create a community that's online?
We can have people anywhere, not only within the state, but within the country. And I know a lot of people throughout the state where their community, their village, only has one church. And they might not agree with their theology. We can give people options by hosting a new online church that will not affect the physical First Christian Church. We have a short window of opportunity where everything's coming together to enable this to happen.
A lot of us are trying to figure out, what does it mean to be a new church? Because we're very happy here at First Christian Church. What is a new church? And Helen has a lot of ideas about what that new church might look like.
I'm not the only Alaska Native that will embrace the theology of the disciples of Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a window of opportunity to be the first church to go statewide. We can connect with people at different Native events to get people interested in joining us. There's funding and support that's available not only regionally but nationally that's helping us create the online church, but it's also helping this church. And if you look at this beautiful spider plant, this is First Christian Church. We are the mother plant. What we're trying to do with the online church is create little satellite babies. And they'll be all over the place. And if we do it right, we will have probably a bigger landmass area in our congregation online than any other church in the country.
And this makes a lot of sense to me, that here First Christian Church can grow strong and prosper here, and yet we can create lots of new babies all around them. And I know I've always had trouble here at First Christian Church with the outreach or the evangelism part of getting more people involved in the church and inviting people to church. And it's not always that easy to do, but here all of a sudden we have the opportunity to just make our church available out into the community, and our theology and all the good things that we have here, it's just going to be out there for people to see it and to take it on. And I think it's going to be a wonderful experience, because I'm really proud and grateful for our theology, and I think there will be a lot of people throughout Alaska who will benefit from just being part of our community here, and that makes me really happy.